All right, good morning, everybody. It's your boy Akeen. Welcome to today's vlog. The BCS National Championship will be played Monday night. I'm very excited. Can't wait to see what's going to happen this upcoming Monday. This should be a great game between Oregon and Ohio State. Oregon crushing Florida State in the Rose Bowl 59-20, while Ohio State beat Alabama in the Sugar Bowl 7-point victory. I believe it was 42-35. Great matchup for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Big win against a good SEC team and the Alabama Crimson Tide, eliminating them from the national championship. Now let's talk about Oregon. They had a great season, great run, and they're led by a Heisman winner, Marcus Mariota. Well over 9,000 yards of total offensive play in his college football career, and he is my #1 quarterback for the 2015 NFL Draft. And not only my #1 quarterback, but he is one of my top 3 players for the 2015 NFL Draft overall. Now for Ohio State, they've been having a great season, especially with 2 different quarterbacks. Actually, three quarterbacks if you want to count Braxton Miller. Entering the season, he actually injured his shoulder, and he had shoulder surgery, which ended his season, which means J.T. Barrett, the second-string quarterback, had to take over at quarterback. Then at the end of the season, he got hurt, and over the last 2 games, Cordell Jones was the quarterback who added over 1,000 yards of total offense, leading that offense for the Buckeyes. He's doing a great job. He's looking like Steaming Willie Beaming from any given Sunday. Now, the keys to victory for this game, I'm going to first talk about Oregon. What they need to do is continue that high-paced offense in this matchup. Also, they're going to have to run the football extremely well in order to help the pass just a little bit. But I think Marcus Mariota and that offense has such a great spread offense and a great system of running plays. They do a great job figuring things out, just like they did against a good Florida State defense. But lastly, they need to win well at the line of scrimmage against that Ohio State defensive line, led by Defensive Player of the Year Joey Bosa. He had a great season, well over double-digit sacks this year. I believe he had 13 sacks altogether. So Jake Fistergen is going to have a lot of work in his hands. He's going to have to do a good job keeping containment and helping lead that offensive line for the Oregon Ducks. Now for Ohio State, I think they need to run the ball effectively in this matchup, because in their matchup against Florida State, but for Oregon, they actually had a hard time against Florida State's ground attack, and Ohio State did a great job against Alabama and running the football. So Ezekiel Elliott's going to have a big game in order to help this team pull off with a victory against a great Oregon Duck team. And their defense has been performing well, especially in that matchup against Florida State and 2003 Heisman Trophy winner Jameis Winston. So they're going to need to run the football effectively in this matchup. Also, on the defensive side, they're going to have to penetrate that line of scrimmage. Bosa and company and that D-line, that front 7, especially the front 4, they're going to have to do a good job pursuing Marcus Mariota, putting pressure into him. They're going to have to put pressure and maul him. They're going to have to play aggressively and play more like SEC football, not Big Ten football. You know what I mean? They do better in the trenches, and it all boils down to that line of scrimmage. That's going to be a key match, that offensive line for Oregon against the defensive line for Ohio State. Now, a couple players that you need to look at for this matchup. I already mentioned Marcus Mariota. He's a great player. Now, for Ohio State, I'm looking at Michael Bennett, the defensive tackle for the Buckeyes. He's actually one of my top defensive tackles for the 2015 draft, and I definitely have my eyes on him. If he has a good game, that could definitely boost up his draft status. So for this matchup, I'm going to give you my prediction right now. I'm going to have to go with Oregon in this one. It's because their offense is so explosive. They have so much momentum, and their defense is actually doing really good without Ifo Ikere, the star cornerback who has been out for the past couple of games. And even though Florida State, I thought, had good receivers, they still weren't able to throw the football against the defensive backs. Also, Eric Dargan, he's a great safety that I'm looking at for 2015. A couple of good players I'm looking at. I think their defense has been getting into more confidence and getting good momentum on pursuing the football as pass rushers like Tony Washington, and also doing great coverage even without Ifo in that secondary. So I'm going to have to go with Oregon over to Ohio State, but this should be a great national championship that everybody should watch. Now, the next time I'm going to catch you guys will be on Tuesday, where I will give you a recap of this Monday night's national championship. Thank you for watching this vlog. I'm your man, Keen McCall. Be easy.